Fifth Wheeling Food and Fixings. I got your email this time. I had to resend my email. And I've come up with a better idea. And I'll email you later on. Because with that 2 hour, that'll mess you up. So, good deal. Good deal. But I've come up with a good idea. By the way, if you can do the 28th, if you'll email me, we'll do it Tuesday night, the 28th, and I'll write that on my list so I don't forget. And I'll get with you what I was talking about. It'll be fun. And it'll be something we were probably already done anyway. We'll just go over it, make sure that's good with you. That was fun over at Blue Waves. I come in late. I had to actually leave the house, and I had to run and do an errand about an hour away and come back. So me and my son run and done that right quick. Come back and without a fuel, had to stop and get fuel and didn't have no gloves. So we had to pray hard and come home and wash our hands. Yeah, you did get exercise. Running up and down. I started this live right in the middle of it must cut the dinger off on my phone, but our pastor just sent out I'm on the leadership team, and a lot of times we'll have, rather than meeting and have a vote, if it's something that's, not, well, especially like right now, we do it on the phone. And the pastor sent out a question and got our okay to do something. And so it's a group text, so it's just constantly rolling up through here, which we don't have many, but about every time you look down, somebody else will respond. So maybe we'll get a few people in here. If we don't, we might not have one. I started not to have one. Blue Wave just had one, but I told everybody we'd try to have one every day, and so I thought I'd jump on and just see if everybody wanted to do it every day. And we might get to where we don't do it on the days, the Blue Wave. I think he may be doing his every Friday. He's not doing his every day, so. But yeah, maybe some more roll in through here in a few minutes. This is about, what time is it? It's about 15 to 11 here. -7 degrees out. Oh, -7. Woo! That's a little chilly. I bet y'all have to keep them plugged up. And oil pan heaters, I guess, don't you? We do our school buses and our big trucks and stuff here. If it dips down in the cold weather, we plug up our school buses. Which cold to us is anything below freezing. Well, my wife, it's cold to her if it's below 79. Yeah, see it right now. It is 10:47 a.m. in Alabama. Yeah. Our show is on. Our show would be on Tuesday night. It's 8:30 our time, but it's 9:30 Eastern time. So if that gets you confused enough. I think I got a new sticker today. Maybe I didn't tear it. That's pretty good. Another Tombstead. You lost audio, or did I just quit talking? I didn't do nothing. But that don't mean nothing. Still there? Oh yeah, that happens. I tell you what happens here is if I go out to the car and I'm on, well, for instance, if Tammy's going to be driving and I'm working on my laptop or working on my phone, just say I'm watching a live stream on my phone and my phone is on Bluetooth, or not Bluetooth, but Wi-Fi here at the house. Well, if I walk out the garage door, it starts trying to jump between Verizon and Wi-Fi. You actually have to disconnect the Wi-Fi to get the Verizon to hook up. Hey, artist on the road. And that is aggravating as all get out. So if you know you're going to be leaving and you need to keep a connection, you just about have to disconnect, connect back, because it goes crazy thinking that it's trying to pick up the Wi-Fi only. And it like it won't let go, but it won't work either. So, but I waited till after Blue Wave got off to get on, and I didn't know. I started not to even have one artist on the road. That's what I was just telling Fifth Wheeling Food and Fixins, Brad over there. I didn't. With him having one, everybody'd been on an hour and a half, and I didn't know. But I had told everybody we'd try to do one 7 days a week. So I think you did. I think you did. Let me look. I don't know how many emails I'll have to look through, but I think you did. I just didn't. I gotta look through there and pull it up, but I think I remember you gave it to me. Okay. So like when I call from or text you from the States, is that how does that work? Like I'm on Verizon. I didn't know how just in Canada how that worked going across the border. Uncle Lisa's production, there she comes sliding in sideways. So you only want us to have a good morning today? You don't want us to have a bunch of good mornings? I see how you are. No, I don't have WhatsApp. I am clueless on that. I'm sure I could get my teenager in here and he could introduce me to all that. Yeah, I know you came running. The #1 show on Santee Leon Road. Give y'all a little, hang on, I was fixing to show y'all a view of my outside. Oh, with my laptop, that wouldn't have done no good. Pan around here. Y'all see my ugly brush pile I've been waiting to burn? Tell you what happened to me. I cleaned up a big fence row behind my house, and it ain't nothing but a big hayfield right behind me. And one day I was just piddling, and I got a little dingo loader. Let's see here. Showing my cactus. Let me see. Let me go back here a little. Oh, so I'll have to get my wife on that. Well, I'll tell you what the deal is on that, Brad, Fifth Wheeling, and all you guys about the brush pile. I cleaned all that up. Y'all just hadn't seen it before. I've got a little dingo loader that I use in our business. So I don't have, it's not very powerful. So I slid my two forks together and made me like a shovel. And they're pointed, you know, like forks are. And so I just went around digging up these little bitty saplings, you know, and I piled all that mess up. And I got real busy, and I didn't get it burnt because it's like windy or something, you know. Well, I went out there to go do it one day, and I was on the internet and noticed we'd been put under a no burn order for fog. I mean, it had rained here, rained here, rained here, rained here. But they put us under a no burn order for like 6 months for fog. Well, that was last year. Now I can burn, and it's rained so much here. Me and my neighbor and my dad both tried to burn it. It's so wet it won't even burn. So now I've got to look at it till it stays dry long enough for me to burn it. I've got to get it burnt though, because it's right beside our garden spot. And so we got to get that tilled up and get going. At least get stuff in that's in the ground. We're going to get another cold snap, I think, here in a few weeks. I'm going to get it. Now, is that a phone app or is that both? So, Fifth Wheeling Food has got a cactus that I don't know anything about. Or is he raising it to eat? Well, let me say my wife does. We didn't have one last year. We had downsized our business so much that it's just me and her and our son. And so we stayed crazy busy. Used to, we had my nephew run a team for us. And all we used to have to do was basically book the events, keep everything fixed and repaired and cleaned. And they done all the delivering stuff. But over the years, we've downsized it. Because it was just a headache keeping up with all that. And so we just downsized it to just us. Well, what that means is we don't have time for here. So we didn't even plant a garden last year. And usually my dad has such a big garden that he has so much he gives away, we don't even need one. So he says he's going to plant a big one this year. And if he does, I'm for not having one, but my wife wants one, so we'll have one. She loves gardening. I absolutely hate it. I'd buy everything I wanted at the grocery store. Wouldn't bother me any. I can eat anything out, or I can eat what I like out of the grocery store. So I hadn't watched your cactus video. I've got to get over there and catch up on your videos. Well, actually, I don't know how many I've watched, but I got to get over there and watch some. There's the sisterhood sliding in here. Oh, I miss Roy and Becky's travel. Good morning, guys. Now we're up to 5. So I had to run and do a little errand this morning. Stopped and got diesel fuel. The cheapest I can remember in a very, very, very long time for diesel fuel I bought this morning. Would y'all like to guess how much I paid for diesel fuel? Fifth Wheeling Food, you might run diesel trucks. You others may not even have a clue, but Roy and them. I don't know if y'all's rig is diesel or not, but anyway, diesel fuel. I bought this morning $2.19 a gallon. That is super cheap. I mean, just a few weeks ago I paid $2.60 and that was cheap. So it had gotten down a couple weeks ago to $2.33, and this morning when I come through at $2.19. So I stopped. I sort of kind of needed some. Oh, Power Stroke Nation. You're going to be really shocked in me, and you may have kept up with some of my stuff, but I have been a Duramax guy. With all of our businesses, I bought a lot of new trucks up until the last few years when things have not been as busy as it has been. But anyway, I've always been a Chevy guy. I had a 66 when I graduated high school in 86. But all my diesel trucks, minus the one I had in high school, I had a Toyota diesel, one of the best diesels I ever had in high school. Man, that thing go forever on a tank of gas. But, yeah. But anyway, that's getting to the Rams. I had them Duramaxes for I don't know how many years. And last year, I bought something I said I would probably never buy, and I bought me a Ram 2500 Cummins. And you're going to have to give me a year or so to tell you. Well, you'll see whatever I buy next, you'll know how happy I was. And I like it, but there's a whole lot of things I do not like about it. I will tell you, though, that I don't know what you got, Fifth Wheeling, but I will tell you that if the economy comes back and everything does good, that I'm eyeing another vehicle I said I might not would ever buy, and I'm eyeing a Ford 450 with the new Power Stroke in it. I think they've redone them in 19. I might would buy an older one. I don't know, but I'm eyeing a new Ford 450. Well, I won't get a new one probably. I'll have to find a used one. But if the economy comes back and our business picked up, if it don't come back, I don't have to worry about it. But wow, down from 570, man. We were around the $3 range before it started dropping. I said that too, Roy and Becky. I said I wasn't on a Dodge. Do you know, and this is funny, I bought mine. I didn't know that they didn't call them Dodges anymore. I still call mine a Dodge every now and then. But you know that there's not Dodge Road anywhere on that. And even the title and all, it Ram 2500. I know and you know that it's still a Dodge. But, you know, they're trying to get... The only thing I figure out, the Dodge had such a bad name all their life that they're just trying to get rid of that. But you look it up in the Black Book, it looks up as a Ram 2500. So, I like it as far as it's got more toys and features. I had a LTZ Duramax, a 2012 I sold, and I bought this truck, it's a 17. And it's got more toys and more features. It's a limited, but it rides like a horse and wagon. Oh yeah, I got you, Roy. There's a lot of quirks about it. It rides rough in comparison to the Chevrolet, but there's good and bad to that because it just got a different suspension under it. It don't squat as much loaded, and it sets different. I like it because it sets up high. Chevrolet floated a lot. If you ever hit something and you was loaded, it was more hard to handle. Where the Dodge, if you hit something, see there I go again. If you hit something in it loaded, it don't do that all over the road like the Chevrolet did. So there's pros and cons, but just loafering in it, it rides a little rough. We drove it to Williamsburg, Kentucky, me and my wife, empty, just to pick up right after I got it. and it was pretty tough. I don't have the death wobble. That's one of the things that I like about the Ram. When you hit a low, you don't have that all over the road like you did with the Chevrolet. But another thing I don't like about the Ram, in a Chevrolet 2500 with the Duramax and the Allison transmission that I love. If this truck I got had an Allison in it, I'd be a lot more happier. But in the Chevrolet, you could get in it, crank it, and go. You didn't have to tell it to do anything. If you hooked the trailer behind it, no big deal. It just went. If you need to stop that trailer going down the mountain, you didn't have to do all that mess. You didn't. If this Ram, if you hook an empty lawnmower trailer behind it, you have to push that little tow button to tell it you got a trailer behind it. If you don't, it won't have enough power. It don't seem like, or the gear ratio is just crazy. I don't know. It's just like going from a truck that knows what to do to a truck like a kid truck. You got to tell it everything you want to do. And it's got plenty of power once you go through all the steps of telling it, and I know that's probably picky, but when you're a guy like me that your livelihood revolves around your truck, you're going to be picky. Yeah, been a GM guy, Chevrolet guy, to be specific. I had a friend of mine owned a Chevy dealership, so I trade pretty often. Back when I was selling houses and running our business, I trade about every 12 months. But, I got a pretty good deal, and the tax write-off was good. And oh, yeah. Yeah, you could throw pros and cons about trucks all day. I tell you, I was a medic and worked for the ambulance service for a few years, and we had them power strokes, and that turned me off on them. I did not like them at all. We have brand new ambulances, and they'd stay in the shop, and that turned me off. I know we were hard on them, but we'd have brand new ones, and they'd have to put them in the shop a week later, so couldn't ever get them fixed. I'm not a big gearhead. I like what I like, and I don't know a lot about mechanics of vehicles, but I just like what I like. But I'm not sold on the Ram. I've only had it since, I don't know how long I've had it. I've not had it a year yet, I don't think. But, hey guys, y'all just come on in. We're just chatting trucks right now. Diesel trucks. Passing time. But now, going back to the Ford F-450, you go to these campgrounds around here, and most of the trucks you see in the campground is these Ford 450s, four-wheel drive with the power strokes. And so we was camped by a guy one day, and I said, what is the deal that everybody's got these 450s, not 350s? I said, a lot of these rigs are not that big. You can pull them with my truck. Handle them good. And he carried me over there to his truck. He said, you see that front end, how wide that front end is? He said, you can turn that on a dime. He said, that's why they're buying them. He said, you're right about pulling and handling them. But he said, you want a truck you can put anywhere? You get you a 450 Ford, and you can put that thing anywhere. And so we got tag along, but I still think if I buy another one, hey, Beyond Beauty 3, it's good to see you. Thomas Farm Okie, Skunk Water, all you guys sliding in here. But it will be hard for me not to buy, just to try it. I guess in another year I might start liking my Ram a lot more. But I really got my heart set on a Ford 450. But I guess just to try it, and I may wind up back with a Chevrolet. I don't know. I was a little gun shy after leaving the Chevrolet and going to this Ram and not being as happy as I thought I'd be. Good deal, Beyond Beauty 3. I'm glad you're doing better. Yep. That 450 though, if you get a chance, look at them. Good deal, Brad. I will, if I get on that what's out, I'll get Thomas to hook me up on that after a while. And I'll have to start plugging all y'all's numbers in. But anyway, I'll catch up with you later. But yeah, Roy, if you check out them 450s, and they're about, I don't know if you can tell, about 4 or 5 inches wider than a 350 on each side. So they're probably 6 inches total wider. And them boys claim that that thing will just nearly turn around in its own circle. Going to try to go live at 12 p.m. Central. Man, that's late for an old man. I may have to try to watch the replay. No, that's not late. That's 12. Hang on, that ain't too late. I got my time mixed up. Oh, yeah, that is late. Hang on. I'll get caught up here in a minute. I may have to watch the replay on that Thomas Farm Okie. Let's see. You're right, Z Sisterhood. I'm getting mixed up again. 12 p.m. is noon. You're right. Well, I'm telling you what, I had a rough night, Roy and Becky. I have not slept. I won't tell y'all. I'm just going to be real honest with y'all. I had my first, it wasn't really a nightmare, but I woke up, it was a dream, and it was about what's going on. And I'm not really worried about it. You know, I've talked to y'all about not worrying about it and keeping a positive attitude and you know, just getting up every day and just going at it, you know, and not letting everything bother you because there ain't nothing we can do about it. And I had a bad dream last night, and I really can't tell you much about it other than I know it was about what's going on, and whatever it was, it got my heart rate up and it woke me up. And I'm like, oh well. You know, but during the dream, it sort of shook me up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ever had dreams like that? That it really wasn't that big a deal, but it was while it was going on. You wake up and you're like, wow, that was weird. And then I didn't sleep the rest of the night. The dream didn't really bother me. It's like I say, I can't really remember it, but I remember waking up from it. Man, that was tough. Hey, I'll try to catch that, Thomas Farmer. We'll go off about then, and we'll just come over and raid you. Yeah, they're horrible. Beyond Beauty 3, I got a question for you. I got my mic back, and I've got it where it'll work without squealing. Actually, I thought we had it working the other day, and I had it all set up. Come to find out, the laptop was overriding the mic, and the mic and the laptop was overriding this, and it wasn't even working. Imagine Your Odyssey helped me, and anyway, I went in there and got the settings and all where it would work without squealing, but it don't have much volume. Do you do anything different with yours? Like when I try to use this, I keep getting a squealing, and then when I go direct, Imagine Your Odyssey says he can hear me, but it don't have a good volume, and it's not real sensitive. Like you can't tap it and make it have any kind of, pick up any sound. So I don't know if you're doing something different than I'm not, or if you're hooking yours up different than I am. My laptop's a 2011 roughly, but it's got all new. Alright, so you don't use this. Well, yeah, that was the first thing we figured out. Now, do you have a good volume? Yeah. Imagine Your Odyssey. Uncle Lisa showed me how to go in there and check all that, and we got it wide open. I can't try it because I'm on my phone today, but if I'm using a Mac, yep. Yep, I'm on a MacBook Pro. It's 11, but it's been refurbished. It's got all new stuff in it. But I don't know. See, I have all the ports on the side. For all you new MacBook Pro people don't have the ports, I have all of them. So one thing that Imagine Your Odyssey told me I might have to do is, this is a you see that where it got two black rings? He said I might have to get an adapter that'll take that to 3, I think he said. Well, are you on a MacBook, Beyond Beauty? You plug it into the headphone side? You have to, don't you? Because it don't have it's a microphone, yeah. Yep, microphone side. Yeah. See, I can't use this without getting the squeal in it. And Uncle Lisa's Productions has heard the squeal. Last night, me and Scott Lack, if y'all were on my live Tuesday night, the Lack family, me and Scott done a private. I didn't know this either, Beyond Beauty. You know, if you're on StreamYard, you can send somebody a link to your StreamYard cast. As long as you don't hit go live, it don't go against your minute. That is per Michael with Our Epic RV Adventures, and I forgot to look last night to make sure, but well, Uncle Lisa's Production, this is the second mic. Y'all remember the first one I got? It squealed like crazy and y'all like it died. It was so bad. So I sent that mic back. And this one's doing the same thing as long as I use this. And Michael with Our Epic RV Adventures said probably what the problem is the MacBook Pro has a sound card in it. Which most computers have a sound card. And he said that when I'm plugging this in, see, this says it's a little blurry. Anyway, it says USB sound card. That's what it says, USB sound card. He said he thinks that this sound card is interfering with the sound card in my MacBook and causing that squeal. New. Yeah, that's what Imagine Your Odyssey told me. I just hadn't had time. But I love it. I love the setup and all. But the volume was so bad on it, I had to take the cover off to get sound out of it. So, but I'm going to get it figured out. I just hadn't yet. I love it. I love the part. One reason I wanted a mic, it wasn't so much for the sound. But I sat here all day on this laptop doing work, catching up on comments and all. Not all day, but a lot of hours doing comments and watching other people's videos. And then I do a live in the mornings, and on Tuesday night I do a live. Well, I've sat here so long my back gets to hurt. Well, if I have a mic, I push it up here and it causes me to have to set up. And it works great. It won't plug into my phone. I don't have an adapter to plug it into my phone. I have an iPhone, is it 10R? I think is what it is. I just got it at Christmas. I think my son said it was a 10R. I'm not a tech guy. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm not a tech guy. Let's see here. Why not disable the sound card in your computer when you have the white one plugged in? I do that with my webcam. Now that's a thought, Amy. By the way, welcome to the chat. No, the new iPhones don't have headphone jacks. That's one of the biggest complaints about users. You have to be wireless. I have a Shure microphone, and it had the plug that plugged into the bottom, but I haven't sat down with my son and figured out how to make it work with Prism, which I only have to use Prism during the day, and that's just, 2 or 3 days a week. I get 20 hours on live on StreamYard. If we ever get back to going and get back to working, I'm going to get me an account. Not because it's got any more features. It's because I would love to use StreamYard morning and night. And if I had StreamYard, we could do more stuff during the day. Like, we could talk about, like, maybe how to use Prism, and we could pull it up on the screen, and I could show y'all what I do and what y'all don't do, and so. But you can't do anything, like you can't bring up anything on Prism. But I have figured out how to do all the things that BB puts up on hers. I can do all that, but it's just not worth it. I have to put my finger up there and punch it. So I don't like doing that, and it bugs Uncle Lisa's production, so I don't do it. I don't want her to get on my case again. But anyway, so Amy, you was talking about that you turn off the sound card. I was making sure that I was a subscriber of yours. I hadn't seen you. You turn off your sound card. I'm going to have to learn how to do that. May not be that hard. I was having fun, Uncle Lisa production. Me and Meant to Be RV, and we was learning something. Thomas Farm Okie, this chair that I'm sitting in is a dining room table chair, and it's hard to break, but I'm going to get me another chair. I'm going to get me a Bob at Blue Wave Odyssey chair one of these days when I get back to making some money. But it works. I try not to stay in here a whole long time, but I wind up I stay in here several hours a day. It takes it to stay caught up on everything. So my question is, how do you turn off the other one? I may have to learn how to do that. I'll get my son in here. He might can tell me. Now, I do, as far as when I go into StreamYard, I turn off the inline one. I go into StreamYard, and I actually go into the settings, and I turn this mic on. And then I go into StreamYard and turn this mic on and turn it off, the built-in one, if that's what you're talking about. I have been doing that. Trying to stay. Bob's Adventures. Good to have you. We are talking microphones, and right now we went from trucks to microphones. But I was talking about my microphone I got. By the way, it was gifted to me from another channel, and I sure do appreciate that. Didn't need it, but they was wanting to do something nice for us, and they had it shipped from Amazon straight here. So they are one of our early supporters of our channel, and they have an awesome channel as well. And so, but anyway. But it's the mic that Beyond Beauty 3 uses some and has done some reviews on. But I've been having a little bit of issues with it and trying to work it all out. There's Arkansas woodcutter. Arkansas Woodcutter, I thought I had my mic fixed. Come to find out, the laptop was overriding the mic, and y'all were hearing the laptop and not the mic. Imagine your Odyssey and I done a test on it the other day, and the laptop was overriding it. So we went in there and got the laptop part turned off, and this turned on, but it didn't have no volume. So yeah, it probably is. And it may be turning it off when I turn this mic on, because it pulls this mic up. Yeah, yeah. I think we're talking about the same thing. I think mine just calls it something else. Sorry, Arkansas Woodcutters. He just popped in to show some support. Back to work. Oh, you've been here a while. You're just popping out. Sorry, I can't keep up with all that. That's what all the moderators are for. Supposed to say hi. I ain't got but one moderator in here. Beyond Beauty, and she's doing her nails. We can sort of watch it with just 9 in here anyway, so. There comes Jerry Holly in the door sideways. Jerry, buddy, you just couldn't do no good on that scavenger hunt, could you? Thanks, Uncle Lisa Production. I was giving you a hard time. Yeah, that squealing was bad. I watched the replay to see how bad it was, because y'all were just carrying on, and it was bad. Hey, Blue Wave Bob. That was a good live stream. I missed most of it. I had to go do an errand about an hour away from here, and when I come back, you were on, so I jumped in there. That was fun watching the boys run all over their house looking for stuff. That's a pretty cool game. I also liked the game you done where they wrote down either things they liked or stuff, and then we had to guess who said what. That was fun too. But I would have fifth wheel fixing Brad. He was right. Before they even wrote their answer down, I'm thinking he's a hockey guy. But they would have had us if one of them wrote down hockey. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. You have to watch Uncle Lisa, Blue Wave. They're troublemakers. Hey, that question you asked, what's something that you want to do you'll never get to do? Yeah, that was an easy one for me, too. I put fly a plane. I've always wanted to get my pilot license. Probably won't never get to, but that was my thing. I still do. I still want to fly a plane. I get on, I'm a ham radio operator, and I get on the airlines and listen to air traffic. And, well, anybody can do that. You can get that online, but, see you, artist on the road. Oh, okay, you said you'll be right back. Yeah, take care of that fur baby. But, I get on there and just listen to airplane traffic. I've always wanted to do that. Well, if you're saying, Uncle Lisa, if you're saying my dream flying job and my dream plane and all, it wouldn't be a massive jet, but it'd be a pretty good sized jet, haul a good sized family in. I just want to be able to fly like to the Bahamas and just vacation destinations, fly down to, like, my daughter graduated Auburn. We like to go to football games, fly down there. But I wouldn't have to have a jet to be totally happy. But if we're talking about dream planes, Hey, Howlin' Fun RV Adventures. Make sure I catch everybody. But yeah, I, you know, I've got books. My wife bought me books to practice for tests and stuff. But you know, when reality really sets in, I think we're not, and we've never been in. I ain't gonna say never, but it's been a long time since we've ever been in a position to maybe even own a little Cessna 6-seater, you know. And so the upkeep on that would be not not reasonable for even the income we had at the time. You could rent a plane cheaper than you own one, and that may be the case all the time. But good deal, Jerry. Appreciate it. But I would. I'd be a happy camper with a Cessna 6-seater or you know, I'd like to have a twin engine plane at the very least. But you know, we get to dreaming. You know, dreaming would be a small jet that I could fly. I'd be happy if I had a small jet that I could pay somebody to fly, and me just ride co-pilot. That'd be cool. That would make me happy. I'd be a happy camper. I had a friend one time. He's wealthy, and he called me one day, and me and him flew to Tuscaloosa, Alabama from here. Which, if you drive, that's about let's see, 2.5, 3.5, about 4 hours from here, maybe 5 hours from here. 4 hours. Let's say about 4 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours. Anyway, and we flew to Tuscaloosa. He had a private jet, and he knew I liked planes and stuff. But I didn't ride up front. He had a pilot and a co-pilot, and that was pretty cool. That was probably one of the coolest flying experiences I ever had. I'm telling all my secrets, Blue Wave. Now I can't be on your game. Name two things that's true and one thing that's false. Roy and Becky, what did you have for breakfast this morning if you didn't have pancakes? I hope it included bacon. So, Blue Wave, I was, Scott Lack, I sent you that information. Maybe you got that from the Lack family. Me and Scott got on a private StreamYard. Michael with our Epic RV Adventure was telling us that we could get on a private StreamYard, not go live, and it wouldn't count against our hours. So me and Scott Lack got on one last night, and he has figured out a better internet solution. So we're going to try to. Me and him was talking last night about some different ideas a few weeks down the road. I told him, I said, just make the circuit here, and then in a few weeks, me and him's got an idea we're going to try. But anybody that has them on, his internet will be better. They have a WeBoost system in their house. And so he messaged me yesterday and asked me if we could do a private live stream. And so I set one up and got him in. And man, he's kicking with a cell phone hotspot. I mean, it was kicking. I wished he'd been on it the other night. But he said that WeBoost is the way to go. I just installed one in our camper. We haven't got to use it yet because both our trips got canceled. But anyway, his internet yesterday was kicking. So he got that. I'm hoping Tribute Duo will get some kind of internet booster. I think they've actually talked about ordering one. So no bacon in the freezer. Oh no. To be honest, I ain't a breakfast eater. And here lately I haven't been eating breakfast or lunch. Except I drink black coffee. Okay. Thanks, Amy. I'll have to try that out. I may have to, yeah. I may have to try that out and work on this some. It works. I just got to figure out how to get the volume up. And I'd like to be, I think if I could use the splitter, I'd have more volume. I don't know, it might not, but anyway, I'll work on that. Thanks for the information. Runaway RV nesters. Zoom has been having connectivity problems. Well, probably because 2 million people's on it. I was listening, any of you in Alabama, well, they're all over the South, but the Rick and Bubba radio show, they're using Zoom now to run their, I think one of them goes into the studio and the other, all the rest of the crew's on Zoom. But there is no telling what kind of overload they're having. Well, it's like StreamYard. There's no telling how many people are using StreamYard now. And with everybody being cooped up, there's no telling how many people subscribed. This mic, it's called, I think it's Zing U, one word, Z-I-N-G. Yeah, there it is. It's Z-I-N-G-Y-O-U. And it works. Actually, we sent one back thinking it had issues, and this is done the same way. But we gotta, I think I pulled all the rubber bands out messing with it. But anyway, we've got the, oh yeah, I've got all the rubber bands pulled out of it, messing with it. This one is doing the exact same thing as the other one, but Michael with Our Epic RV Adventures thinks that it was the this sound card interfering with the sound card on the laptop. So, but that so far, I haven't really got to play with it a lot. He told me to YouTube it and see, or him and Imagine Your Odyssey both told me to YouTube it and see if I could find out anything on it, and I just hadn't done that yet. So maybe I got all that right. I had messed all that up somehow. I had all the elastic out of it. But, Thin Blue Lane in the house. Scan back through here. Thin Blue Lane just woke up. Ain't nothing wrong with that. CZ Sisterhood, thanks for coming by. Other night, I am right in the middle of booking 2 more good groups. One of them plays an awesome Kansas cover. And so I'm in the middle of talking with them and trying to get the dates nailed down. And so I stayed up to midnight one night listening to their videos and talking with some of them. And so I got up late the next morning. I've got my sleeping all out of whack because I'm used to going to bed at 10, getting up at 4. And I hadn't been doing that much lately. Hey, Mary Jones, thanks for coming in. Oh, no. We'll have to check all that out. I think everybody in here is probably Thin Blue Lane subscribers, but if not, that is a great channel, guys. And man, his wife, if you like habanero and you like that kind of, I like that kind of food. I just have to lay off the habanero. We can do jalapeno, but that's about it for me. And I like jalapenos, like pickles, but I just can't handle that real hot stuff. If it makes my hair fall out, I'm out on that. Might not, right. My wife was talking to me. She has started back running. Me and her used to run a lot. She come in and our bathroom, it's off our bedroom right over there, and she stuck her head out and said, "Can I dry my hair?" And I said, "Well, I guess you can try it. But if y'all hear something, it's her drying her hair." But she got the door shut. Oh, okay. But that food that Nancy cooks on Thin Blue Lane, it looks awesome. Can y'all hear that hair dryer? Is that too loud? She don't have to do it. And actually, she can go in the other bathroom. Let me see if she'll go in the other bathroom. Be live on schedule tonight, but the Togo has no service. Ooh, hang on, I'll be right back. Yeah, can you go to Thomas's? Yeah, maybe that's better. Is that too loud for y'all? Can y'all hear that? Okay. She's fine, not too loud. Okay. Good job. Thanks, Blue Wave. I stepped away. Yeah, I got to catch the second part of that other one. I have missed that. Shit. They done a cooking show the other day with Nancy. Hope I'm getting the names right. I'm terrible with names. Anyway, man, it was so delicious. It had a lot of habanero stuff. They was talking about that a lot anyway, but the food looked amazing. And then they left us a cliffhanger. Reminded me of watching The $6 Million Man and them doing To Be Continued at the end. And what a cliffhanger. So I've got to go back and watch the rest of that one. You want to win me over. Good deal. Thanks, guys. She was wanting to dry her hair without going all the way. She didn't want y'all to see her with a wet head. And for her to go into the other bathroom, she'd have to went through here. But I love, if you want to get me to subscribe to your channel, just put cooking in it. And y'all can see I hadn't missed many meals. I used to be a lot lighter when I ran all the time, but I have gotten to where I got hurt. I was running Soldier Marathon. Some of y'all know where Fort Benning is. That was the last run that I ran. I tore my meniscus and haven't been able to run since. I'm trying to catch up. Y'all don't mind me, just keep chatting. Hey, Over the Hill RV, I think you might have been. It's hard for me to keep up who comes in and who's been in. But yeah. Talking about cooking. Which I told y'all to check out Thin Blue Lane. They're a good channel. Sunday night, our Epic RV Adventure is having a sit-down meal with everybody. And that is really cool. It's going to be a fun little deal. So y'all have to check out our Epic RV Adventure. And I think they come on at... And I think Michael is texting me now. Let me see here. Pull up what time there is. They are on Sunday night at 8 Eastern. So you guys want to check that out. That's going to be fun. I love that Thin Blue Lane. I love that Amy McFarland. I love that. I'm going to have to go catch that video. Thin Blue Lane. I I wish that you would do, and I'm giving away a great video, but you're the pro at this. I wish you would do a video on what it means, and it might not be something that YouTube will allow you to do, I don't know, but what it means to actually know what it means to, and I don't know what to say as far as what YouTube says, but what it means to when you carry. Y'all know what I mean when I say when you carry. What the responsibilities go with that. And it's sort of like Daddy always said, don't bring a bat to a fight unless you're man enough to hang on to the bat, or you might get whooped with it. You know where I'm going with that? I'd like to see you do a video about that, if you can. You're the rule guy. You know probably what you can say on YouTube and what you can't. But I've heard y'all talk about being trained and all the training y'all have, and I think that would be an awesome, awesome video. I'd like to show y'all some of the stuff I got. I don't have the training that Dan Blue Lane and some of these other guys have. I have tried to do my best, and but there's a lot of people that don't know what y'all know. And I think y'all have a lot of, just like the other day with Blue Wave Odyssey. Blue Wave Odyssey had the experience with the topic that he talked about with the trolls and stuff. And he had a way of presenting it that everybody can understand, because he had experience. In other words, he made the mistakes that he was trying to tell us not to make. Help us not to make. Not tell us not to make, but help us not to make. And when on that, when Blue Wave presented that topic and all that information, he just happened to do it on my live stream. That is the most watch hours I've ever received from that was a live stream, but from any video I've ever done, the most watch hour. So what that told me was that was information that everybody wanted. You see what I'm saying? And I think if you done one, Thin Blue Lane, I think if you done one on that topic, that would be a hit. And I know it would be for me. I'd make it a point to be there. I'd make it a point to watch the replay. And I know a lot about what you're talking about, but there's a lot of people that don't know what you're going to talk about. So. I know what you're talking about. Every state's different. What I'm talking about is the responsibility you take just by putting one on your body. I'm talking about the bat scenario. That would be, but it would be great if you could talk about different state rules. But the responsibility you take, like taking the bat to a fight, that's. You better not carry something you don't know how to use. That's what I'm trying to say. And not willing to use. That's another thing. I think that people should watch videos of real life scenarios to know. When we done, and I don't care to say this, our church, we have a security team. I'm over the monitors. I have a team of people that we watch monitors in our church. We don't have the doors open for any church service that we don't have a team of people on staff on watching. But before we done all that, we brought our local sheriff's department in, and they went over all this stuff with us. And that's why I learned so much about some things that you'll probably talk about, because they taught that to us. And then we have a weapons team, and we have a camera monitor team. I actually lead the monitor team, but our weapons guys actually went with the sheriff's department and done hands-on training and simulated responses. And so I think that is something that if tell everybody hi, here's the boss.
I don't see me.
You're up here.
Oh, I'm looking down there.
She was looking down here and the screen was frozen.
Like, where am I?
But anyway, so I learned a lot in preparing for the system that we have at our church. So, yeah, it's sad. We have activated our system and not had to. We have had to confront some people, and we've had to talk to some people, but it wouldn't be the things that you think about. It ain't just your crazy guy off the street. It's usually problems within a church or within a business. If you'll look in most accidents like that, it resulted from either somebody got their feelings hurt, or somebody, going through a divorce, or some kind of family problems, or work or friend problem. That is most of that's what I've seen now. Bill, he probably can tell you a different aspect of it, but the things that I've seen usually comes from that. And so we watch within and keep our ears to the concrete, I guess. Yep, Thin Blue Lane's right about that, for sure. I tell you, this whole thing, I have to say that I'm a prepper, I'm not. But to say I've tried to be prepared, I am. But I don't think that makes me a prepper in the pro sense of it. I have things and items. But I tell you what, this situation has caused me to question a lot of things that I thought about things going, maybe getting out of hand. So, I'm like, a lot of stuff that I've got wouldn't work. Or it wouldn't help me that much, and so you got to think about all that. But food is, you always think that food is the number one thing. So you always need some food, because if you'll find out, if this goes on another 30 days, cash won't be accepted because people will be afraid to handle anything. We have pay at the pump now. So already, and so people don't want to handle money that's been handled through 2 or 3 people, and I don't blame them. So is money going to be, you just going to have to really take a look at things if we do all this again. I'm not getting into this, all that, but anyway, that's just something I've just been thinking about. But anyway, give Thin Blue Lane a good topic there. I think it'll be a hot item. But anyway, so let's see here, I'm going to look at something. This is Friday night. So Friday night, we start out now this is Eastern time. So 5 o'clock, we got Meant to Be RVing. And if you have not seen her keyword video, her video she done to teach you how to put keywords into your YouTube channel, that help draw people into your channel, you need to go watch it. It was their very first live stream. So you need to go watch that video, Meant to Be RVing. You need that video about keywords. I think it's in the title. Beyond Beauty 3. It's not all about beauty. She's the very one that told me about this microphone. So she does other stuff. Has a great channel. I've been missing it lately because I've slept through it. I've been getting up late. New Horizons, Susan. A great channel, a great live stream, and she supports a lot of live streams and a lot of channels. And if you're new and up and coming and you want somebody that's going to watch your video, any of these people will, but New Horizons, you'll see her at a lot of live streams. Thin Blue Lane will make you fat with all the food they cook, and they have a lot of good information and fun on their channel. Love both of them guys. And then at Thin Blue Lane's at 8 Eastern. At 9 Eastern you have a choice of Adventures in Xanadu, which I'm hearing is a great channel. I've not got to go check it out. And then RV Kids TV, which is a great channel. I actually think I have checked out Adventures in Xanadu, but I don't get over there much. I'm going to have to try to start alternating that a little bit more. So RV Kids, they're great supporters, and Adventures in Xanadu, I see them out a lot as well. So that's the Friday night lineup. So so there's a lot there to watch. Hopefully, maybe in a few days, I can talk about some of our upcoming Tuesday nights. And I always try to give you guys a scoop on what's going on because y'all support our morning. And like I say, any of y'all new people, we're only doing the morning. It may do something else, but our morning show is just a place for everybody to come and let off a little steam and talk to everybody because we're cooped up in our house. We call it coffee talk, and that's basically what it is. Talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. When we get to go back to work, I don't know how much y'all get to do it, but for now, we'll do it. We'll try to do it 7 days. We might not always be able to. But this Tuesday night, to give y'all the scoop, this Tuesday night, we got an awesome show. We are going to have the world record holder for disc golf. And y'all know who that is. I can't think of his name, but their channel is RV on the Wayside. He is the world record holder for the most holes in disc golf. And he has a video on that. So if you go by and watch that video, tell him I sent you. But he will be on, or they will be on our show. Not he, but they will be on our show Tuesday night as a co-host along with Older and Wiser. Older and Wiser has a great video out now about things to do while you're cooped up in your house. And about how maybe you might let your kids bend the rules a little and do things they don't typically get to do because they're cooped up in a house that they're typically not used to being cooped up in all the time. So, and then also, just to give y'all a big scoop, we're going to let Uncompassed Life, it's a new channel. Y'all seen them here once. They were supposed to be on our live stream the night of the tornadoes, and so they didn't get to come, so we're going to bring them back, and us and RV on the Wayside and Older and Wiser, we're going to introduce and welcome in and interview Uncompassed Life. They're a great bunch. I've been talking to them a lot. I met them on Instagram. And so that'll be our Tuesday night. And we may add another one in there if things work out. Our Tuesday night show is our main deal. That's the show. Even if y'all don't come to the morning one, we'd love for you to come to the Tuesday night one. Our Tuesday night show is all about promoting everybody else. We do it with videos. We try to show videos from those channels. We try to have entertainment like music groups, and we try, like this past Tuesday night, I think was one of our best. Along with when we had Tribute Duo, they were the hit. We've had several good hits, but since we've been doing the video raid live, I think everybody's enjoyed them more. But we had a party Tuesday night. If you missed our Tuesday night, you missed it. We had the Lack family. Bob was holding up lighters for more. And it was that great. If you ever hear the Lack family going to be on another channel, you better be at that channel. And hint, hint, they might be hanging around Saturday night somewhere. So you may see them hanging around a lot. Me and Scott talked a lot last night. Hey, they're new to socializing in YouTube. They had a YouTube channel, and their daughter Chloe runs it. So they're still a little new to this. So it's going to take them time, and they're based out of California, so the time's a little different. So, but anyway, the Lack family, they're awesome. So you go back and watch that. We had some technical difficulties, and the internet that night wasn't great, so you have to overlook that. But that'll give you an idea of what you'll find on their channel. We've got a pretty good schedule coming up. We got different people coming in, but that's all. I'm hoping the 14th, which will be not this coming Tuesday, but the next, we're going to have some more music groups. I'm hoping. I just got a message from somebody about 21st. Anyway, I just got an email from somebody. But I'm hoping somewhere between now and the end of the month, we're going to have the group that does the Kansas cover. They do Christian music, but they also do covers of other groups. They're really good. They're sort of like the Lack family. So the next two groups that I hope to have on the show will be families and talented. I mean talented. A little different than the Lack family, a little different than the Trouba Duo, but I think y'all will enjoy it. So that's our Tuesday night. Our Tuesday night, like I say, that's the show we'd like for y'all to be at. This past Tuesday night, we had the smallest crowd we ever had, but I think we had some of the best fun we ever had. We couldn't spit out their videos fast enough. And while we were on air, we had people in the chat buying their music. They come back to chat and say, just bought your album, or just bought your song, or just bought this. And that means a lot to me. I know it means a lot to them, but it means a lot to me that y'all love what kind of people we're bringing out to y'all. It would not bother me at all if our Tuesday night turned into an entertainment channel, as far as we need that right now. It's all being cooped up and not being able to get out and go camping. We need RV channels, but a lot of people goes out and looks for RV channels, and we try to promote RV channels too. But it makes my day when I find I love music, and I think William talked about that on Camper Life a couple days ago. He talked about what would you give up if you had to give up one thing, music or movies, and he said he'd give up movies because he liked music. I like music. I love movies too, but I like music. And if you're like me, you can't hear. Thanks, Dan Blue Lane. I was making sure you wouldn't need to tell me something. But if you're like me, I have one hearing aid, and I have an implant on this side. So my hearing is different than your hearing. So I love strings. I love hearing anybody that can play anything on strings. And I can hear keyboards some, probably not the same way y'all can. And I love to hear people sing. But today's music don't appeal to me as much because of the way their voices, the way they use their voices. It's very rare that I find music that I can understand. So for me to do karaoke on Sunday night for slow momentum, I have to go way back and find music that's slow enough that I can understand, because it ain't knowing the words. You got to know how they say it and how it's moving for it to really be karaoke, in my opinion. So you'll see me sing songs that are slowed down a lot. I can sit and listen to people. Tom Petty, I can sit and listen to him play a guitar. I mean, I love that. I was always a big Tom Petty fan, but my desire for Tuesday night is for it to be Video Ray Live jam sessions. That's what I would like for it to be. I love music, and all kinds of music. I like Christian music, I like country, I like rock, southern rock mainly. Yeah, that's about all I like, southern rock. And 70s kind of stuff, Bob Seger. I like Jimmy Buffett, and that style. And I like country music and different. I don't like today's country. I like old country. I like bluegrass music. I gotta say that again. I love bluegrass music. I've even thought about trying to learn how to play what is called the stand-up bass, because I think I could. My hearing is a slight delay, and so I think I could do bass. I think I could do it because I play it over in my mind as they're playing it, and it seems to be right. But that may be like I think I can sing and I can't. So maybe like that too. So, but we. Oh, you're back watching Blue Wave. Good deal. We just talking about the lineup and about our Tuesday night show. I love you guys, Uncle Lisa. That's a compliment to me. If I can keep you on the edge of your seat, that's what it's all about. But anyway, so that's the Tuesday night show. I'm working on them two groups, and I think y'all love them. I was impressed. And not everybody that comes through our Tuesday night, not y'all are not always gonna like everybody we bring through, and they're not always gonna be the troubadours, and they're always gonna be the Lack family. You know what I'm saying? So, but they're all. I'm gonna try to pick only good people. I don't want no bad people, but we can't hold the standard up there with the Light family and the Troubadours because they're really talented. They need to be next level. They both do, and so anyway. But I think these groups I'm talking about y'all really like, and I like family, and I like seeing young kids wear out a mandolin. I don't know about y'all, but I can sit and watch a 10-year-old wear out a mandolin. I mean, that just makes my day. For one, I know that they don't sit around and play video games all day, and that makes my day. I had video games growing up, but they were timed to play them, and they were timed to work. So, I had to work. So, not everybody was raised the way I was, but I love to see talented kids because I know that they've not sat around the house all day. I don't mind that young kids don't have to get out and work. I just want them to learn something. Learn a talent. But, well, anyway, what's new on y'all then? Y'all got anything else y'all need to... Uncle Lisa, you got anything to throw anybody under the bus about? Runaway RV nesters, yes. My hearing aids, yeah. I know what you're talking about, expensive. I'll give y'all some kind of idea. Hey, there's the art of RVing. I am extremely jealous because I thought I was the president of the Gus Club, and somebody else got a picture before I did. I mean, I'm terribly disappointed. But anyway, runaway RV nesters, I'll show you. This little piece of technology right here, which is pretty small. It's got the new copper wire, which most hearing aids do. This thing is smarter than this probably MacBook Pro. That little jewel right there was $3,500, $3,700, I think. But wait, that's not all. This little jewel right here, I don't know if y'all can see it. This right here, I have a snap on the side of my head. It's just like a snap you'd have on a button-up shirt. That snaps inside of that, and that conducts sound. This is just a processor, but conducts sound through my skull, through my hearing. I just don't have an ear canal. That little jewel right there, just to buy that piece, not if you have the surgery, you get that piece with the surgery. And the insurance will pay. But when that goes bad and you have to buy it, $5,200. So about what, $9,000 on this head just for my hearing. Uh-oh. Gus has picked on the wrong person. This is going to be hilarious. Alright. The Art of RV, and I'll send that out. Yeah, I know what you mean by expensive. They told me, and insurance is changing so much. Let me find all that again. Well, let me go back. I want to answer Thin Blue Lane's question. You will never get that ringing out of your ears. I have that ringing. They say that it's caused by trauma. A lot of trauma to your head somehow, either impact or loud noises. And I will guarantee you got yours from loud noises. And they say you can't get rid of it. I've got a ear specialist in Birmingham, Alabama. He's supposed to be one of the best. Uncle Lisa Production. I would want to refine or refire an old question to you that I asked a few streams ago, but I didn't feel like I got an answer to it. Alright, fire away, Uncle Lisa's Production. Maybe I'll catch it. Mary Jones, you can actually get these on. This is what you, if anybody wants to know for future reference, this implant I have is made by the Cochlear Company. And y'all all heard of cochlear implant, but this is not what they call a cochlear implant. It is, but this is called a BAHA, B-A-H-A. And it's called bone anchored hearing. I don't know what the last A is for, but anyway, that's what it's bone anchored hearing. How they tested me for that is, I don't care to show you. This part of my left ear was made by surgeons in the 1970s that didn't know how to do plastic surgery because it was 1970s, right? So that's all I ever got. I have no ear canal like you guys. So my hearing, I had the nerve part, I just didn't have the canal part. So squirrel lost my track. Oh, how they tested me was they took me in there and put a real tight headband on my head. And they said, can you hear? They made me stop this one up because I could hear a little bit out of this one. And I could hear the birds. I'd never heard birds twerp, you know? I'd never heard crickets. So thankfully I can take it off at night. I can't wear it at night because it'll tip off if I roll over on it. Let me see here. Did I get the question? Mary, when I had my implant done, I told my doctor, a lot of them are higher, but I told my doctor, because I wear caps all the time, I said, I don't care where how back here where you put it. I want it low enough that I can wear my ball cap. He laughed at me. He said, all right, wear one, and we'll bring it into surgery, and you can put it on, and I'm going to mark where I'm going to put it. Y'all notice how far down it is? Mary's, was your brother or whoever, his is up higher. So that's why mine's lower, because I thought about that, because I did not want to have to cut out all my caps, because I wear, y'all can see my ball caps, some of them hanging back up here. That's just a few of them. That's probably about 40 right there, because there's 3 or 4 per. Right. Those ringing in the ear and implants are serious. Unlike my question, I don't want to go. What was Beyond Beauty's question? Did I miss something? If y'all want to ask me a question, y'all have to tag me in it so I can see it. Uncle Lisa, I'm good for a funny question. It don't matter. Let's see here. There comes New Horizons. Did I miss you coming in the door? I love your new insurance doesn't cover it. Alright, Runaway RV Nester, I'm going to tell you this. Insurance covered my implant with a small deductible. They don't cover this. They won't cover replacing this, but now they're telling me they will cover some of the costs. I don't know. Don't know what to tell you on that. But, so every insurance is different. My daughter, insurance, where she works, don't cover them. Well, she was needing one. My daughter has one too. She had an accident, caused her not to hear out her left side. She got one first. That's how I knew about them. But the company that makes this had a deal if you went to their convention in Orlando that you got them for half price. So she got her latest one she's got for $2,500. She paid cash for it though. You can get any help. There's a reason behind that, Uncle Lisa. I typically wear a First State bank cap, which is a friend of mine's family owns those banks, and then one of my best friends is president of that bank. Anyway, I typically wear one of theirs, and I'll rotate out with some hunting caps and different ones. But since we've been in this situation, I've thought as a country we needed to be united, and so I've worn this. This was a Christmas present from my wife or kids a few years ago. So I've worn this one every day in support of our country as needing to come together. So, yeah. I usually, when y'all first started seeing me, I wore a First State Bank cap. They're really good. Matter of fact, like I say, one of my best friends, they called me yesterday, telling me about some programs they're going to be able to help us with through our company to sort of relieve some of the pressure off me and Tammy for the time being, and told us about some government programs. Matter of fact, they done helped us with one that we done got sent in, and then there's another one coming down the chain, and then there's another one that we're going to be able to use through the bank. So, well, what I done, Howlin' Fun RV Adventures. This is I put some shoes in the top because I like Vans, but I can't wear them all the time because it hurts my back. I grew up wearing Vans. I know Bob at Blue Wave Odysseys wore several pair of Vans before. But you'll see at the top, there's several pair of Vans. But then I like my Croc shoes for when we're kayaking. But if you look down through here, all this is a shoe rack. And you can hang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I could get 2 more. You could put 6 per shoe space, and that just hangs on the back of the door. That's the best thing that I've ever had for storing caps. Cause I know it's sort of stacking them, but if you try to stack them in your closet, man, it takes up a lot of them in your closet. But that's the best hat rack you can get, and it keeps them somewhat, as long as you don't push them too hard together, you're good. I tell you something else I don't do. If a cap dirty enough to be washed, I generally chunk it. I've never washed a cap, especially in the washer, that come out any good. Yeah, that might not work on an RV door. I don't know. Especially because most RV doors slide for bedrooms. Some of them does. Runaway RV nesters. I think hearing aids should be covered. I agree with you. To me, there's a lot of things covered on insurance. I wouldn't say a lot of things. There's other things that are covered on insurance that are more elective than hearing. But I'm not going to start naming off stuff because they're all good things that need to be covered. But I think that hearing is more important than some things. My glasses are covered. Well, I have a separate policy, let me just say that. But if I have 3 people, let's say my daughter's grown and gone, but me and my wife and my son all have glasses. By us all having glasses, I come out on my insurance. I actually save money. But if it was just me and Tammy, what I pay for vision, I could pay out of my pocket cheaper. See what I'm saying? But because I have 3, now when Thomas gets grown and gone, I'm probably going to be better off not having the insurance. So you just got to add it all up. Alright, now y'all trash talking now? Yeah, I work in special needs New Horizons. I drive a special needs school bus, and I have people, parents of my kids, tell me all the time the stuff that's not covered, and it's a shame. I'm not saying this bragging, but there's no telling how many times me and other drivers have worked on wheelchairs because they won't replace them soon enough, and we've just had to put our redneck knowledge together and figure out how to get it fixed. Let me go back up here. What are you talking about, Mary Jones? Oh, I see what you're saying. You're talking about the hearing aid. Fix it up where can't nobody see it. I guess that's what you're talking about. No, I got it fixed so I could put my cap on. I didn't want to notch it out. I do have caps that come down close to it, though. And I'll tell y'all something else that I had to do. I've always had contact. So I had to get my glasses, and you see how, if you'll look, I don't know if y'all can see how close that is. Most eyeglasses, this comes back like this. They don't bend down sharp like this. See how sharp down? I heated them myself and done that. I had to because it kept hitting. All the glasses I tried on kept hitting. And the girl said, oh, we can heat them and bend them down. And you see how drastic that is? There's two reasons for that. One is it kept hitting my implant and I couldn't wear them. The other is, this is a man-made ear. This is a man-made ear. This is God-made. They're not the same. They don't carry the same characteristics. In other words, how it holds your glasses up on your head. It's just hard to explain. I had to have my glasses fixed so that the back would hold them up, because here, this just rides up on a piece of bone, and this has sort of got your ear. This part right here, your ear on you guys, helps hold your glasses back, right? Well, I don't have that on both sides, so I had to fix it so that they would bend down enough to hold them up on my face. If you'll notice, I've had these glasses about 9 months, and my nose is not healed. The reason is because I had to fix them so it holds them back. If I do them loose, the way my ear's made, they just sit there and constantly, and then they ride all the way down. And so, I've washed my caps in the dishwasher and they don't come out good. If I can't spray them and wipe it off and what I call dry clean them, I chunk them. Buy me another one. Let me see if I can catch you up here. Yeah, I love insurance. It's better than not having some, but sometimes they don't pay for things I think they should. Really, Jerry, that's too much if you pay a lot for insurance. But nowadays, the copay is so high. That's one of the reasons I drive a school bus, is we get good insurance. I have hemochromatosis, I don't care to tell you. Hemochromatosis, and all it is my body don't get rid of the iron. And so my iron builds up. I can't eat a lot of green stuff. I love greens and cornbread and all that kind of good greens and cornbread. But I can't have much greens because it makes me have more iron. And my body don't get rid of iron good enough. And so I have to go to the doctor a lot. So thank the Lord I have insurance. I have a specialist in Bessemer, Alabama. And I have to go down there. Here lately, it's supposed to be once a month. I've had this for a couple of years, or known about it a couple of years. But, supposed to go once a month, but they're not letting me come right now. What they do, they check it, and if it's real high, they just draw a bunch off. Well, our blood's so thick, it takes me about 40 minutes for them to draw off a bag of blood, and usually I'm so sick by the time they do it, because our blood is so thick, it takes forever. And it's like sucking the life out of your body. I mean, you can just feel it run out. I don't know. I've heard other hemochromatosis patients say the same thing, so I know it's not just me, but a lot of people don't get sick like I do, but a lot of people do, so I have to, when the days I go and I have to give a bunch of blood, I have to sit there. See, Jerry Holly, but they make me sit there for 30, 45 minutes before I can leave. So, but if that's the worst thing that ever happens to me, I can't complain. Having to get stuck a bunch and give blood, it's not the worst thing. I love maple syrup. I love maple syrup. I really love maple syrup. I don't know if y'all got the hint. I can go to Cracker Barrel and put maple syrup that they have on anything they have, and it's good. I'm trying to catch back up, make sure I didn't miss anything. If y'all have a question for me or want to tell me something, tag me in it, because it's hard to keep up with. That's why on Tuesday night we have a lot more people in here. I get Tammy to come in here and sort of help watch. And I like having a co-host too. To me, the stream runs a lot better if I have a co-host. That's why on Tuesday night, always, I'm going to try to have a co-host. And we're going to talk about their channel too, and then and leave them up there the whole time, because they think of stuff I don't think of, like especially for interviewing new channels. Thanks, Blue Wave, for taking care of the chat. And all y'all, whoever all been, I see y'all been a little busy. Sorry about that. But y'all know we have a zero tolerance, so you don't have to ask the host. That's why I like having, I'd rather have, hang on here, I'm trying to get you up. I get off on these squirrels. But anyway, now y'all know my life story. So, but if y'all ever need a cook with maple syrup, I don't think I've ever cooked with maple syrup. I got my headphone. How do I talk to you? Oh, yeah. Uncle Lisa's right. I mean, Tom Petty would be applauding. When Bob talked me into doing that karaoke thing, I thought, I just don't really know, but I'm always about having fun, laughing. I like to laugh and cut up and have fun. And that's what I want anytime I'm ever on here. Y'all can laugh at me or laugh with me, whatever, but if I can make you guys laugh, that's alright with me. I've accomplished everything. And so we went over there, and I really didn't know what to expect. I had missed the others. I hadn't got to see any of them. And so I went over there, and I don't know if y'all was over there or not, but I done karaoke with Kermit the Frog. So Kermit the Frog was who I was doing. So it was hilarious. Newbies and working in AutoCAD like Blue Wave. Oh, man. Good deal. Alright, so Bob, if you want to tag Slow Mo's karaoke, we'll tag his Slow Mo karaoke. And for Sunday night, we need a bunch of guys to come help us sing. So the Slow Mo karaoke, Bob will list the link there and the time. We need a bunch of guys. 3-song limit. And, hey, sorry about that, Thomas Farm Okie. We was fixing to cut it off. Have you done got off? I guess you have. You're on here. If you have any questions about that StreamYard, a lot of us use it. I use Prism some, but Beyond Beauty would be the question and answer person on Prism. That's what I'm using now, but I'm not that great at it. But we need a bunch of guys. I do know there's going to be a 3-song limit this week. So we need a bunch of guys to come over and sing. If you can't sing, that's the ones we really need. We don't need a bunch of pros in there to make all the rest of us look that much worse. We need people that's going to make people laugh. You have a video on Prism. I've got to pull that up. How did I miss that? Alright, Beyond Beauty, you're a moderator, so tag that video in that chat. So anybody that needs to know a little bit about Prism, is it different than the live that you talked? See, I don't know if it's a live we talked about. Anyway, tag that video, Beyond Beauty, if you want to, on your Prism video, because there's a lot I don't know. All I do is aggravate Uncle Lisa's production when I stick my finger up here and start playing with all the buttons. It just drives her crazy. Each girl does 15 songs. They did the other night. Some of them ladies had 17 points. I quit at 2 songs. Look. And I know I'm plugging for Mary to get up there and sing, but Mary, if you can't sing, that makes it more fun. People laughing and having a good time is what this is all about. That's what it's all about. I laughed and laughed and laughed. But we just have fun. We cheer everybody on. I gotta go watch it. You making me look bad, Uncle Lisa's. Oh, I tell you who else needs to watch it. Meant to be RVing. Me and her both were trying to figure it out. Yeah, I sung Kermit the Frog songs. I mean, my gracious, how much more embarrassing can that be? That's how you can do it on your phone. Oh, I see what you're saying. What you could do, Mary, you use your phone to get on, but you go get you a radio that can play the song with a set of headphones. See, it don't have to be connected to the live, because you can't play the music over the airway anyway, so you just use your phone to video you. All you need is a radio or something you can plug into so you can hear the music. You see? Uh-oh. If you used to sing in church and you're not coming to karaoke, I don't know if I want you to come anyway, because for one, you'll give the ladies points, and 2, you'll make the rest of us look awful. Or sound awful. I already look awful. Yeah, all you need to do, you just can't have the music where we can hear it. Alright, the link that Blue Wave posted is only for William Dixon, so you guys do not click on it. Unless you are William Dixon. Alright, Mary, this is how you do it. You get your karaoke machine and you hook your set of headphones in it so the volume don't come out in the open. And then when they bring you up there and they tell you got it, you put your headphones on and you hit play. And that way you're the only one to get music and we hear your voice. That's how you do it. The Art of RVing. You sure I've been quiet? I forgot you was even in here. Alright guys, we need to knock this off anyway. We've been on here 109 minutes. We had a good crowd today. I was really happy with the crowd we had. We had 15 or 16 at one time. We got 14 now. So, anybody got any more questions? Slow Momentum Sunday night, and I read off the lineup. Let me go over the lineup one more time and we'll get out of here. It's Friday night, so we're going to kick it off at All this is Eastern time. 5 o'clock, meant to be RVing. 6 o'clock, Beyond Beauty 3. 7 o'clock, New Horizons. 8 o'clock, Thin Blue Lane RV Life. And at 9, you get a choice. Adventures in Xanadu or RV Kids TV. Or you can do 30 minutes of one, 30 minutes of, however you want to do it. You got a choice right there. So, anyway. So, there's your lineup. And there's Beyond Beauty 3. That's her link for the Prism video. And Slow Momentum link is up here somewhere. Uncle Lisa, you're a character. And I think we got all the bases covered. Anybody got anything else you need to throw out before I get going? Oh, you have a very, very special guest tonight. New Horizons says she has a very, very, very special guest tonight. Pause and effect. You come in sliding sideways. We're fixing to knock off. We've been here an hour and 10 minutes. Anybody that don't have pause and effect, that's a good channel too. So, y'all run over there and check them out when you get. They have a bunch of good game nights, and I try to catch a few. It's hard for me to catch all of them, but I try to catch a few of them. I love the game about where you say the word real fast and see what it means, but it's amazing how much work can get in the way of a lot of fun stuff, ain't it? Alright, love you guys. If y'all need me, shoot me an email. Channel name at gmail.com. See you guys tomorrow. Love you guys.